Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, July 29. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the National Housing Trust will be starting 2,689 new housing solutions by next month. This, he says, will complement the 11,198 housing solutions started or completed by the NHT since 2017.
The NHT is following the mandate that they have been given, which is build house, build house, build house. That's the only way we're going to address squatting. We have to get ahead of the demand for housing solutions. And we have to make sure that the housing solution is affordable and that we build solutions that meet the market segment's demand.
Prime Minister Holness was addressing Friday's handing over ceremony of 37 housing solutions at the Spanish Ridge Housing Scheme at Mary's Field in St. Catherine. The scheme has 18 two-bedroom units costing $12 million each and 12 one-bedroom units, each costing $10 million. There are also 4 premium serviced lots costing $3.7 million and 3 standard lots for $2.8 million. The Ministry of Agriculture will be taking steps to regularize farmers operating on government-owned land at New Pen in St. Mary and get more farmers planting the land. Minister without portfolio J.C. Hutchinson made the announcement on Friday as he toured areas in St. Mary that have been affected by drought and bushfires. He said the Agro Investment Corporation, AIC, would have oversight of the roughly 800 acres of land at New Pen.
Roughly 200 of it is arable land. There are many farmers who have indicated that there are roughly another 150 acres which can be cleared. Although it is sloping land, they feel that it can grow cash crops. So we are looking to see if we can put a number of farmers on that piece of land. There's also the rest of the land which might be close to 600 acres where we intend to bulldoze that land and identify tree crops which can grow on the land and also intercropping it with pineapple.
In addition to helping with clearing the land, Minister Hutchinson says the AIC will provide technical support to the farmers. He has urged them to re-establish a farmers group that would make lease arrangements on their behalf with the AIC. Minister Hutchinson said the initiative would help the ministry monitor and get good data on what is actually being farmed in the area and by whom, and to market the crops properly. Meanwhile, the Agriculture Ministry is also planning to help more farmers into production on 130 acres of land at Fort George in St. Mary. Minister J.C. Hutchinson says the land, which has a river beside it, is prime for planting cash crops.
It is one where we have a number of cows, but we are going to be removing the cows to a section next door and using the whole of this land for cash crops. So in all, we are looking that we should be putting on the land might be another 50, 60 farmers that we can get going growing cash crops and fruit trees.
In other news, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, OPM, is urging persons to not become complacent with their hurricane preparations. Acting Director General Richard Thompson says August to September is usually the most active period of the season.
That's when we would have been impacted. Your Gilbert, Matthew, Gustav, TD16 that a lot of persons call Nicole. So for small island developing state like ours, we normally say persons have to be prepared because it takes only one system to create major impact.
Mr. Thompson was speaking on JIS's current affairs program, Get the Facts, recently. He pointed out that during a disaster, OPM would work with the National Disaster Risk Management Council, mayors, and zonal communities within parishes to minimize the impact of natural disasters on individuals and the country. According to Mr. Thompson, there are approximately 900 shelters across the island that can be activated in the event of a hurricane. The 2019 Atlantic hurricane season is projected to be a near-normal season, with 9 to 15 named storms, 4 to 8 of which will possibly become hurricanes, and 2 to 4 likely to become Category 4 or 5. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has commissioned into service a new elevator at the Spanish Town Hospital. The National Health Fund (NHF) provided the $13 million cost to purchase and install the elevator. According to the NHF, the workload at the Type B hospital is comparable to that of a Type A facility. The new elevator is expected to increase efficiency at the 400-bed hospital, which serves a parish of over 500,000 people. And finally, a statue in honor of outstanding Jamaican athlete Veronica Campbell-Brown will be unveiled during this year's Heritage Week celebration in October.
This year, during Heritage Week, we will salute another of our stars, Veronica Campbell-Brown, another outstanding woman of Jamaican sport. We're finalizing arrangements for the installation of the statue of a Safa Powie later on in the year as well.
Mrs. Campbell-Brown is a track and field sprinter who specializes in the 100 and 200-meter events. She's an 8-time Olympic medalist and the second woman in history to win 2 consecutive Olympic 200-meter events. Veronica Campbell-Brown's statue will join those of fellow track stars Shelly Ann Fraser-Price and Usain Bolt, which were recently installed by the government at Independence Park. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.